Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another interview on the Southern Cross Combat YouTube channel. I'm your host, Joel Rasmussen, and today we are talking to another gentleman who is on the road to UFC. We are talking to Mr. Seb Szalay, Sebastian Szalay, if we're going to use his full Christian name, like I'm his mother or something. But it's always good to talk to Seb. He is the eternal featherweight champion, and he is in the tournament for the road to UFC. He'll be leaving for China soon enough. We talk about how he got here after his last victory on Eternal. He had a conversation with Hunter Campbell, and we talk about a little bit more in the in-depth of what that conversation was and if he knew he was going to get to this point and so on. What he makes of being in the tournament. He's got a love for tournaments. He was in a tournament to win the featherweight title at Eternal. He's now in a tournament to be in the I just used the T a lot there. To be in the road to UFC. But it's always good talking to Seb. I always love talking to Seb. I always love talking to anyone out of freestyle MMA. Training with gentlemen like Alexander Volkanovski, maybe you've heard of him. Justin Van Heerden, of course. Colby Thickness. Case of Murdoch. Other featherweights and bantamweights as well. It's a revolving door out there. We talk about that a little bit as well. He was in Perth when he got the news. We talk about that. Yeah, and if you do enjoy it, like and comment and subscribe and all that stuff, it definitely helps out the channel. And here is my interview with Seb Szalay. G'day, it's Joel Rasmussen from Southern Cross Combat. And ahead of his appearance in the road to UFC, I'm talking to Mr. Seb Szalay. Seb, how are we today, my friend?
Good, man. It's good to be back on.
It's good to be talking to you. It's good to be talking to you in general, but it is doubly awesome to be talking to you in this context. When I say there, on the road to UFC, how does that feel to hear?
It's good, man. It's good. Good hearing it. And yeah, it's just exciting, Yeah, under that UFC name. So finally get an opportunity just to showcase your skills on something like that. Yeah, it's awesome, man. Looking forward to it.
So how did we get here? When did you know? How did this happen?
I heard there was beginning of the year, they said they were applying certain people for the road to UFC, and my name was put forward. So was a bunch of others, I believe, as well. And we didn't hear anything about it for a while. And then after my fight at Eternal, I basically was just at a standstill, kind of waiting what my options were next. Am I defending my belt still at Eternal? Will I get a call up for anything? So it was a bit of just a wait. And then yeah, I got a call from my manager, and my manager's like, "Hey, man, they want you to be on the road to UFC." And then when I heard that, I was like, "Hell yeah!" So yeah, it was just basically got the notice, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
But so we talked after the victory, after you successfully defended your title.
Yeah,
But before we talked, you and Hunter Campbell talked.
yeah,
And you said to me, he said, like, keep doing what you're doing. We do have eyes on you.
yeah.
Was like specifically, did he bring up something like this? As you said, you had put your name forward, but what was that talk now?
Yeah, pretty much when we had that talk at the Eternal, that's pretty much all he said to me then. And then I was waiting to hear back. From then on, I didn't hear anything else. And I was wondering, okay, I might get a call for Contender or possibly Road UFC. So I was waiting. And then when they were looking for someone for Road UFC, obviously my name was thrown in there, I reckon, due to Eternals. So that's why they put me forward. Yeah.
So, what was your initial reaction when you got that call from your manager?
I was in Perth hanging out with some family. So when I found out, it was pretty cool just to get the news there, just with my parents and that, and then getting that information. We're all just pumped and excited. It was good. It was actually a good place to get the answer for that. So yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome. I'm so glad you were around family when you got the call. Who were the first
Yeah.
people that you told?
It was my mum and dad, literally, right there. Yeah, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, I just got the phone call. I was in a bit of shock, so I was just like, yeah, it was pretty crazy, but yeah, it was awesome. Just to get that good news with them. It was cool.
What were their reactions?
My old man, he couldn't believe it. He was in shock a little bit, but yeah, I think he was just in shock for a decent amount of time. But yeah, they were excited and that. Yeah.
Now, I know a little bit about like the history. We've talked about the family before. You have a brother that you got into martial arts with,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. 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 Yep.
What was your brother's reaction? Obviously, something you guys started together. You've stuck with it. What was his
Yeah.
response?
I mean, yeah, generally when all my family found out, everyone was just stoked for me, to get an opportunity like that. Everyone was just pumped. So yeah, it's really cool. Everyone was just very happy for me.
I was going to say, I'd be surprised if there was any other outcome.
That's it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, exactly right.
You mentioned it when I first, we first introduced this. I believe you said you like to finally be here. I mean, you're a
Yeah,
man who has had uh, a lot of hype around you, and it's been a little bit of a climb. Not
yeah.
for any like negative reasons, just like
Nah,
it,
yeah.
it got there and finally you got there, you get the belt. What does it mean now to kind of finally be here?
It's good. Just like all the hard work pays off. I had some tough matchups and things like that, and yeah, just it's good to finally get that opportunity, and it feels good. I've earned it. That's why I'm happy about it. And that's why I want to go out there and just keep proving why I'm the best. Just go in there and do my thing. So it's a good feeling. We're not there yet, but we're getting closer each time. So it's good.
That's I wanted to bring that up. The road to UFC is
Yeah.
it's like the start of a whole other mountain.
Oh,
You
it's crazy. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
you
Because like you think about it, yeah, you're fighting for the opportunity, then you got to win. Well, it's a tournament. You got to win the tournament. Then you got to go ranked, and then go from there. So yeah, but again, for me, it's awesome because it's just each step trying to build up to that to where you want to get to. So it's all good, man. It's all part of the journey. So that's why I'm excited.
well, that's exactly it. Like it's not a contract yet, and there is still work to be done. How are you
100%.
approaching this fight?
Just like any other fight, man. Just like any other fight. Obviously, I want to go out there and I want to have a really good performance, and I'm going to show, why I belong there. But yeah, it's like anything. You treat it just like any other fight, man. Just yeah, business as usual.
Uh, Now, when you begin to fight internationally,
Yep.
it becomes a thing of it's not someone that we know locally. It's not like I can ask you about this person. You're like, well, I remember when he debuted on the card I was
Yeah.
on.
Yep. Yep.
Do you know anything about your opponent?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We have done our research for sure, and we've looked into exactly, we know who he is and what he brings to the table. So yeah, we've done our research. We've got some footage and all that type of stuff. So yeah, just basically trying to find it because he's Chinese. We had to do some digging, but we found some stuff. So yeah, no, it's good.
I wondered that when you're fighting a Chinese guy in China,
Uh,
obviously it's harder to get the media out. What type of video are you finding? Is it like weird cell phone video from like 2006?
no, surprisingly, the guys had a lot of fights and stuff like that. You just got to, it's all in Chinese. So you just got to do a bit of digging and you're clicking on videos and just trying to search through like that. But it's there. Yeah, you just gotta. That's the way to do it. Yeah,
Clicking mystery links. I hope this is what I'm looking for.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah.
Google Translate working overtime.
That's it, bro. That's it.
What what do you make of your opponent? Obviously, like a lot of audiences aren't going to be familiar with him. The people
Yep,
watching this know you, they don't know him.
yep.
Who is this person? What is he good at?
Again, he actually fights like a karate guy. He's very similar to a karate style. Like when I say karate style, like he bounces a lot, he moves a lot. Yeah, he moves like a karate guy. So, but during his fights, he pretty much he's a jack of all trades. He does everything. He's a good grappler. He's a good striker. He can mix it all quite well. But he fights like a karate guy, but I am a karate guy. I've been doing this since I was 6 years old, so I've seen it all. So when guys come in with these type of styles and what he's going to bring, I'm used to that. I've seen it all before. I live and breathe karate since I was a kid. So for me, it's just like, okay, I know what I got to do against a guy like this.
When you, because the I would say the karate style is something that's like pretty unique in the modern MMA space. That's
Yep.
something like when I see you fight, it's something that's very unique about you.
Yep.
When you get matched up with a guy who has that similar style, that not a lot of people have that.
Nah, they don't. That's it. Yeah.
What is like your initial thoughts when you see that? When you're like, wait a minute, I know what this guy's doing.
Well, yeah, that was I was not expecting. I was expecting a certain type because I've seen a few guys fight from China and they fight a certain way, a lot of them. But this guy actually fights a bit different. So it was like a bit of like, okay, there you go. Yeah, he's a southpaw. He bounces like a karate guy. moves and that. And so it's like, okay, this is a bit different for a change. So again, it's just like anything, it's problem solving. It's another challenge in front of you, and it's a good challenge because it's like, a guy who's going to bring something a little bit different to what I wasn't expecting. But yeah, to me, it's just like problem solving, figuring out, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Now, if we look back just at the past, what is it? One, two, three, four. Last four fights, including this one. We're
Yep.
putting this one in the fifth. This will be your fourth fight in a tournament in the last five
Yeah,
fights, if I'm not
that's
mistaken.
that's true actually. Yeah, yeah.
Do you just love tournaments?
I mean, hey, why not? I didn't even think of it like that actually, but yeah, there you go. Again, to me, it's just like yeah, it's a tournament and stuff like that. But again, in the end, it's just like any other fights. You just got to fight opponents in front of you and get through it. And same for me. Like ever since I competed in karate and done things like that, it was very similar actually the way this tournament is. So for me, it's just like just business as usual, as I always say.
I probably asked you this when you were in the Eternal tournament, but I'll ask it again. Is there like almost a relief that comes because you're a guy who's not necessarily easy to match?
Yep.
People aren't being like, I'll fight him, like no one's really putting their hand
Mhm.
up. To be in a tournament where you could at least be like, okay, I get through this fight, I have a date and one of two opponents. Like, is there almost a sense of relief that comes with, okay, cool, I know the next time I'm gonna fight?
Yeah, yeah. It's always good because you can at least plan it. And the thing is, they have the draw up as well. So, I beat this guy, and then I know the next two guys who are fighting are going to be next as well. So I get to watch them fight. So yeah, it's good because again, you can it'll be good to see it fresh as well when the next guy you're going to fight. You just watch his fight, see what he's going to do. So again, it's not a bad thing at all. You can suss your opponent out.
Have you done much traveling for any form of competition before? Not necessarily yeah, MMA, but when you were in the
Yeah.
karate world and stuff. Have you done much international traveling?
Yeah, I've actually, well, that's the thing. I was a part of the Australian team in karate. So I used to travel all the time, part of the Australian team. And I'm Hungarian. I moved over to Hungary for about nearly like 6 months, and I was traveling with a Hungarian team all around Europe competing. So I've always been competing and traveling, through karate. So for me, getting an international experience, even though it's a different, sport of say, karate, you still have that experience of traveling, cutting weight, and doing those things. So for me, it's going to be very, familiar to do that.
Have you ever been to China before?
No, I have not been to China. I've not. Through karate, I've been all around Europe. I've been to America, all places like that. But actually, no, not China, anything like that.
How do you think you'll go over there?
In what way? What do you mean?
Well, like different culture. I don't know. Do you
Oh
like
yeah,
Chinese
yeah,
food
yeah.
particularly? Like,
Yeah. I've heard that's the thing, right? With China, I've heard some people say beautiful, lovely, and then some people say to me, it depends where you go and stuff like that. But mostly I've heard positive things about it. But again, yeah, it's going to be an experience. That's what I'm going to say. I'm just going to go along with the ride and enjoy it. And yeah, we'll see. I've always wanted to go, so there you go. So it's good.
it's a you always wanted to go, and now it ends up being a work trip. Do
Yeah.
you get to hang out afterwards or before? Do you get to go sightseeing at all?
Yeah, I'll be getting in like at least a week before to do like media obligations and things like that. So I'll be there for a couple of days. But again, won't be doing too much, moving around doing things like it'll be mostly just that type of media stuff, bit of training, cutting the weight. After the fight, I'm there for just one day. So I can use that day to suss out a little bit of food and some things like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
There was this photo posted the other day prior to Volk's fight
Yep.
of the training room, and there was the staples of freestyle in there. But then we saw the extras. We saw Jack Della was in there at that time. Jamie Malarkey was in there.
Yep.
What was being in that room like?
Awesome, man. It was it actually the timing for me was I actually went to Perth while some of them were Jack Della went over to train here freestyle. So I was there just before when a lot of the guys were there, but when Della came over, I missed Della and a few of them. But I was there prior to that. Um, but I didn't get to train with Dell in that, which is kind of sucks, but it's all good. But prior to that, you're training with all the other guys who are coming in. Yeah, just like it's awesome, man. You can't ask for anything more than that. Being around so many good people, learning, and it's just awesome. It's so good. You can only grow and get better.
Should have popped into Scrappy while he was in freestyle and be like, bro, where were you?
You know what's funny? I did pop into Scrappy. I
Uh,
trained over
oh, well, there you
there.
go.
Yeah, I
How
did.
was training over there?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah, I did. I came over, and obviously the funny thing was exactly that. The time I went over, Ben and Jack went over to freestyle, and I was in Perth, and I trained at Scrappy. So we literally, and then the thing was, what I got told was the day I was going back to here to Sydney, Della was flying back to
Of
Perth. So
course.
we literally just missed each other. But yeah, Scrappy was awesome, man. They're all good. Back in the day when I lived in Perth, I trained over at Scrappy a couple of times. So I've been there before a long time. But yeah, Scrappy's always good, man. Good guys. Everyone's great, good people. I've got a good relationship with them as well.
He was avoiding you. Jack was avoiding you.
I know, right? There you
That's
go.
that's how I choose to read into that. Who are some of the guys you got to mix it up with at Scrappy?
There was a couple of there were, to be honest, a lot of the dudes who, when I was there, they actually didn't show up too many of them. Becca and things like that weren't there. There was a couple of other guys who were amateurs and things like that. I got to mix it with him, a few of them, and some other blokes and stuff like that. But yeah, just a bit of everyone there. It was good.
I feel like talking about the room at Freestyle, we've talked about this many a
Yeah,
time, but
yeah,
I think Freestyle's in a very interesting position right now because in a weird way, this is just from my perspective, like
yeah.
the gym of freestyle is now breaking through
Mm.
because you had the time of Volk, but no one else, as far as I was aware, from the gym was in the UFC. It was Volk, and
Yeah.
now Colby's in the UFC. You're on the road to UFC. Does it feel like now, like almost like the gym is now starting to break through?
Yeah, 100%. You got it's about time finally some of us start getting those shots and doing that. It's good. Yeah. So it is. It's great. We're all the hard work we're putting in, we're finally getting those opportunities. Well, Colby's already there, and I'm getting opportunities. There'll be many more to come. So yeah, it's just yeah, it's good. It's finally, you're gonna see we're got a bit more of a role here. You got a couple of guys, Kasib, he's another guy, he's a killer, man. Like, he'll be another one to look out for. And obviously the others, and it's awesome.
So when talking about like the tournament format again, we have spoken about it. You're no stranger to it.
Yep.
How does one like approach that? Like a victory here, you're preparing for the biggest fight
Yep.
of your life. A victory here, okay, well I now have to go back to work. I have
Yeah.
another one going. Do you think you'll get a moment to almost relax, or is it straight back into work?
I think he'll be pretty much straight back into work. I think the time frame the next one after I think is in August. So, I'll give myself maybe a week just to chill, and then I'll get back straight into business from there. We pretty much the mindset's not going to switch off. I'm going to always be ready and straight away, especially seeing the guy that I'm next going to fight. I got to be switch. I'm already going to be analyzing, figuring it out, what's next, and everything like that. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Again, like I said, it's problem solving, a bit of fun there, so it's going to be good.
Now, I mentioned that I think before we started, I kind of made a comment about this, but this season has got a lot of guys from our region on,
Yeah.
whether it be in the tournament or like Kit Campbell is just he's a featured bout. Uh, do you know any of the other guys? Do you have any relationship? You mentioned you stopped in at Scrappy. Becca wasn't in there
Yeah.
at the time, but
Yeah.
do you know any of the other guys who are going to be heading over?
Nah, I've obviously seen a couple of them on the eternal scene and things like that, but not personally. I don't really know. The only one I do know because I'm originally from Perth, Becca. I actually know him a little bit, but nah, not really. I don't really know any of the other guys. We've seen each other. We've said g'day and passing and all that type of stuff like that. But nah, haven't don't know him personally.
Well, that might maybe this trip will be an opportunity for everyone to like get together and make
Yeah,
one big team.
it's cool, man. Because like, yeah, exactly right. Like you got all these Aussies are going to be there, so it's going to be it's going to be fun.
And now, Seb, I mean this with the utmost respect when I ask you this question. We've done many interviews before, all emanating from
Yes,
this room. What room is this?
this room right next to me, right
Yeah,
behind me. You're talking about this is
yes.
my studio.
Why is it so blank?
You know, it's funny. You're not the first one to say that as well. When I was on
Yeah.
other podcasts, yeah, they said that as well. It's just a spare room. It's literally my spare room. It looks like a mental asylum. It's just
Yeah, that's
all
what I
white.
was gonna say.
Yeah, it's just literally my spare room.
I would, based on this room, I would believe that you finish at freestyle and you come home and you just stare at the wall in this room, waiting for the
This
next
is yeah.
class.
This I just turn the light off in the dark and sit in the corner and then just plot. That's
Yeah.
what this room is.
Full Yuri Pro Husker.
Yeah. No,
This-
yeah. This is just my spare room. It does need a bit more to it, I will say. Yeah,
I
it'll
was
come.
ex I was expecting the Eternal Belt to be up in the back or something.
Nah. I should probably do that, but yeah. Next time I'll make it look a bit more, snazzy for you.
No, that's fine. It's your space. I mean, I've done interviews with that closet open, everyone can see my shirt, so I'm not one to speak about how nice a room
Yeah,
looks.
yeah.
But I was like, I'm a bit worried. I'm a bit worried for Seb.
Yeah, you're not the first one to ask that, actually. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty funny.
And now, I thank you so much for the time. This is kind of my last topic from me. We are at this point now where you are. I'm going to use the term graduating, graduating
Yeah.
on, moving on. But the MMA scene does not stop. You have won and defended your title in your absence. If they do an interim title, if
Yeah.
you go through and vacate and the title becomes vacant, who would you like to see fight for your belt?
Hmm. You know who I would like to see back in there? Ollie Schmid. I'd like to see. He had a win on Shuriken, I believe. I think it was. Yeah, I'd like to see him come out because he fought for the tournament as well, and yeah, he lost to Dimson that fight, but I believe, man, he's good. He's a great competitor, and I would love to see him come back and go for a shot. That'd be cool.
Seb, I thank you so much for the time. When do you head over to China?
3 weeks.
It's exciting. You counting down the days?
Well, man, it's going so quick. It's just like it's already like the whole year is already going so fast. Everything just goes so quick, but
Tell me
every
about it.
day just goes, yeah, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. So yeah, it's just every day is just okay, we're closer and closer, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, it's gonna be awesome.
Who gets to go over with you?
Be Joe, and I'll be bringing Jamie Malaki with me this time.
Have you got a particular relationship with Jamie?
Yeah. I've known Jamie for a long time. He's always come down to freestyle, and he's been training us for a long time. And he's actually, I think he's been staying here now for almost nearly a couple of months. He's been training. He's full time here now, I think. And yeah, I got a good relationship with Jamie, and he's a good body for this guy I'm going to fight as well. So I've been working quite well with him.
Excellent. And now you fly out, as you said, in 3 weeks. That means the fight's in about four and a bit.
Yep.
What does between now and fight day look like for you?
Um, in what way? What do you mean exactly?
Just like what does the next 3 weeks look like for you? What's going on?
Just training wise and things like that.
Yeah, but if you also want to tell me that you've got a cool trip coming up, you can tell me that too. I've got no problem hearing about that.
Honestly, it's pretty much just keeping locked in and just preparing for the fight, getting ready, and as I always say, just business as usual. Nothing else changes.
What do you get up to in Wingdang?
Honestly, man, when I'm like training in training camp like this, I'll go out, get a bit of sun during the day, and then train, eat food, reset, play some PlayStation. That's pretty much it while I'm in training camp. Not much else, brother.
Come into this blank room, stare at the wall.
Yes, of course.
What do you play? Are you a big gamer?
Yes, that's what I use sometimes to just relax. I just play a bit of PlayStation stuff like that. Well, I
Oh.
would say it relaxes me. My girlfriend says that I don't. I play a lot of shooter games and stuff like that. Yeah,
What are you playing at the moment?
I play Rainbow Six Siege. That's
Very
pretty much.
nice.
Yeah, I've been playing that a lot, and mostly that at the moment. Actually, it's like uses me to decompress and relax. But that game, I don't know if you know much about it, but
Yes,
it's
yes, I
it's
do.
not very relaxing.
Not at all, not at all. Who do you
Yeah.
main?
Man. On defenders, I am probably Vigil, and then on attacker, I play Ace.
Ace. I don't know if I've played since they've added Ace. Please don't tell me Ace was a base
Yeah.
character.
No, he wasn't.
I was gonna say I haven't played since like
Nah.
season 5. Like it's been a
Yeah,
hot
yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever you hit nasty, like what do they call where you like lean around the corner? You do that?
Yeah, peaks and all that stuff. So yep.
Yeah.
Your boys all over that. Yeah. That's what I do to chill out, man. Mostly that's me while I'm training camp and things like that. I keep it chill. My mind's focused on what I need to do in front of me. I try and do things just to relax me and keep me chill, and then yeah, just carry on.
But there'll be obviously a percentage of people watching this who don't know what Rainbow Six Siege is. But for the
I don't
people who
know.
do know, hearing him say that he likes to relax by playing Rainbow Six Siege is like if he said he likes to walk over hot coals. It's like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, that's to me, it's also just it's very like I like strategic things like that, but like trying to figure things out and do things like that. So that's kind of why I enjoy it, and I don't know if that helps me relax. Like I said, my girlfriend doesn't think it does. She says it doesn't, but to me it does. So yeah, it's good.
As is the fighter's mind.
100%. That's right. That's it.
Seb, I thank you so much for the time. It's always a pleasure to speak to you. I'm so glad you're getting this opportunity. Thank you so much for the time. Safe travels and best of luck in the fight, my friend.
Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it.